Protesters near the White House, so hit with tear gas and rubber bullets tonight. Also, President Trump could walk across the street for a photo op at the historic St. John's Church. The church's basement caught fire during the protest last night. And joining me now to discuss all of this is the church's rector, Reverend Robert Fisher. Thank you so much for joining us, Reverend. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. You
said that St. John's has been open every Sunday until COVID, but how often has the president come to worship?
So I've been at St. John's just since June of last year, mid-June, and he hasn't been since that time. His last time attending church on a Sunday was actually on St. Patrick's Day of 2019.
Okay. So the president said that he was going to pay respects at St. John after it was damaged last night, but he didn't go inside. He didn't say a prayer. He posed for the cameras holding a Bible. And they tear gas people to clear the way for him to do that. Give me your reaction to that.
It's a surreal day for me and for my parishioners, I believe. We have a long history, and I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like this. When we opened up more than 200 years ago, we have been a place of civility, but most importantly, prayer. And to be seen just as a backdrop really caught me by surprise. It was really, just kind of shocking. We had no warning that this was going to happen, and it troubles me deeply that people were removed from a peaceful protest right on our square by tear gas. And I will add that I was with all the clergy of St. John's and other clergy from our diocese with the protesters, and it was beautiful, and it was actually a spirit-filled time.
Okay, so they announced that he does all this with the protesters that you were actually with, and then he makes his way over to. You had no idea, and you're the rector.
No idea.
Nothing. Okay.
No idea.
And so you were with them, and because that's the thing that we were noticing at home. We're not on the ground, but you were on the ground. But what we could see from the pictures was that it was very peaceful until the Attorney General came out, and it got close to the time that the president was going to come out, and then all of a sudden, pardon the word, all hell broke loose. And what do you think? What do you make of the president using the church really as a political tool, or to make a political point? Do you believe that he should use a sacred space to make a political point in front of the cameras and in front of the world?
It's just not what we're about, plain and simple. Yeah.
Right before he crossed the street, he said that he was calling thousands and really thousands of military into the streets. Is that a particularly Christian thing to do?
We believe in respecting the dignity and worth of every human being. And I believe that that's the only way forward, is to demonstrate that in a bigger way. And what you just described is not demonstrating that.
You have said that the church damage can be repaired, and that you're praying for the country to heal after the trauma of George Floyd's death. What message would you like to send to protesters tonight, Reverend?
I pray that the message gets heard. I pray that the message that is being put out bravely by people who are tired, understandably, I pray that the message will not fall on deaf ears. And that takes something to change, because right now it's understandable that people are feeling that no one is listening and nobody cares.
What's your prayer tonight?
I pray for healing. We've talked a lot about sickness in this country because of COVID. We've talked a lot about racism because it is a reality and we have to. I want to start shifting so that our hearts are moving towards the cure, which is the healing that I believe as a spiritual person is what we have to find, what we have to work for.
Reverend, thank you. I appreciate it.